Hey gang, welcome back to the channel once again. So we're just gonna spend a few minutes here on old Suzie B, the Suburban, hanging out there in the sun. We're gonna see if we can fit these 2023, they came off of a Yukon, wheels and tires on this 03 Suburban. Not sure how it's gonna work out, but we're gonna try it. So from what I understand, we can pop those GMC logos out and get some Chevy ones. So I bought these things. I sure hope they're gonna fit because they weren't cheap. I mean, they weren't bad, but still, they gotta fit. So we're gonna try it. So they look pretty sweet. I mean, they're brand new factory takeoffs. They're nice. Like, they're really sexy. So hopefully old Suzie B is gonna like them. So let's get digging in and see what they look like. They're pretty big compared to them factory critters that are on there. So let's go put them on and see what we can do. Just a little side by side. Just a touch different. We'll do one at a time, give it a whirl here. Holy cow, what a difference. Let's get this one on the ground and let's see what it looks like. Thinking it sure fills out the wheel well. Wow, look at that. What a difference. You can see that. Let me walk you over. Look at that. Look at the difference. Holy moly. That's pretty wild. What a difference. Let's do that other front one, then we'll hop to the other side. See what it looks like. Then we got to decide if we're gonna still. Looks at the back, it needs it. Let's do the front, see what it looks like. Look at that, huh? That looks even better than I thought it was gonna look. I thought it was gonna be, but the whole thing came up. Man, that looks super cool. Boy, I think if we do lower that, it's really gonna look nice. So I'm gonna tighten these up, torque them down, then I'm gonna hop to the other side and then we'll do a little walk around. But look at that, it's so cool. Love it, love it. Well, look at that. Ain't she pretty? I think it looks super cool. So hey, I'm super happy with it. Let's do a little walk around. Show you real quick the difference. Like the ride height's tremendously different. But look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Really, really happy with it. Brought it up quite a bit. But I think, so I'm thinking if we, that'll really look super cool. But we're gonna take care of all the other stuff first. The AC, the next thing we're gonna tackle, we're gonna fix all these lights. So let's hop on that next, we'll fix the lights. They're all like faded. So the back ones we can buff out and sand, the headlights we'll sand and buff out, and I've got new front marker lights. So we'll get those installed and go over all of that. And then the dents. So that's the next thing. So let's go. I think we'll hit the lights next. Let's do the lights. Well, we made it back safe and sound from Power Tour. Had a hell of a time. It was super awesome. Highly recommend it. You know, if you're ever thinking about going. It was super cool. But we've got another little road trip coming in a couple weeks, and we need to hop back on old Suzie. So, as you saw, we got the wheels and tires on. Those look super sweet. And now we're gonna start the lights. So we gotta put new lights in. So I got new headlights, parking lights, and I think we got them on Amazon. Pretty sure it was Amazon. So we want to take care of that. And then the fan clutch is shot. So we got to replace the fan clutch. So that's a fun. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's dig into that. But first, let's take care of the lights. That's easy. And then we'll hop onto that fan. Let me show you over here what I got for lights over here from the old Amazon. So let's go check it out. This Brock Auto Parts. So Brock Auto Parts. I opened them a couple of weeks ago when we got them, but I haven't seen them yet. So let's kind of dig in and see what I got. The ones I wanted were supposed to be the kind of factory style. So let's just kind of do a little side-by-side compare with one hand. Let me shake that out. So look at this. Look at that difference. Holy macaroni, that's going to be different. Let's dive in. Anxious to see it all freshened up. Let's jump on in. So let's give it a little before action. What it looked like before with the cloudy lights. We'll dive in. We'll put the new ones on, and then we'll show a little after. All right, let's go. These lights are super easy to change. The parking lights just kind of pop out. There's a clip on this side, and they latch in over on the inside side. Basically, you just kind of gotta just work them out. There it is. Pop right out. This little tab locks in that side, and then this side's got a snap-a-roni. It just snaps in. Just pull the little lamps out. You know, I thought all the lights were working, but I'm going to start the truck and try them all to make sure, because well, you know what? Those might be like the running lamps when you're in here. Let's see. I'm going to put it in park. Check. I'm going to put it in drive. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to bring you over and show you kind of what we're working on. So it's just these two little pins. So headlight replacement, Yukon, Tahoe, Silverado. A little wiggle when you jiggle. Come on. Out on that side. Shazam. That's it. And this, I'm just going to pop the wires off. And we'll pop the new one. That's it, but that's as easy as it is. And if you're going to change the lamp, you got to just twist and you can take out the light bulbs. That's it. Super easy. So let's put this one back together. Nice. Like it. Definitely looks like I need to adjust these things, because this thing's got a huge gap here and it's jammed up against the fender. So you got to look at how we adjust to make these critters. All right, so I figured it out. It's pretty easy, but I was looking like the old cars. You always, it's right here. There's two screws, bloop, and then down this long. We just need a long Phillips screwdriver. Stick it right down in here, and we can adjust them up. Pretty easy. And notice screwing down, it's dropping the light. Working right away. There you go. That looks good for now. Now what we'll do is we'll pull it outside against the garage door after it's dark, and then we'll kind of adjust them to that. But that's much better now. Gonna do the same on this side. Bring it down a little, and then we'll adjust them up. So look at that difference, nice and bright. Nice and bright. Zoom in. Crystal clear. I think that was well worth the old 100 Beanos to put that on, to do that. All right, so let's tackle this fan clutch. It's gonna be fun, but let's dig in. So the old Fanaroni's not spinning too well, so we got to replace the fan clutch, and that's it. But to get it, we're gonna take all this plastic off, take the cover off so we can get this air duct work out, get down in there, bust the fan off. Did it once before, it was a long time ago, and we put a big kahuna wrench on here and bat it with a hammer and got it off, and then once it's off we can just disconnect the old one and spin the new one on and we should be good. So let's give it a whirl. Hopefully we're successful. Ooh, that critter's tight. Oof. Okay. All right, I gotta get a socket. Ratchet. Oh, boy. I think that's been off in a while. We'll put a little juice on that before we put it back in. Oh, that stinks. Right, so I got that socket out of there. Fortunately, it didn't fall too deep, but I was able just to grab it. But we'll take this air box off of here. This little, I was trying to push that little tabaroni down right there, pop it off. We got it. Okay, let's see, what do we got next here? That's low-hanging fruit. Pop that off. There we go. So we got a couple bolts to take out here, a couple little push pin doodads down here, and then that shroud should come right off. Be a piece of cake. Pop these two bolts out of here. These critters are good old 10 mil. I should have known. You know, Mr. 10 mil. All right, that's it. So now just have these 4 little push pin doodads. I got these things. Good old Harbor Freight. I don't know. I think they're like $5 for like 4 or 6 different ones. I use them all the time. It's super handy. Oh, it came right out. More thunder boomers. Let's get it out of here. Whoop, they all fell down. Wide open, clear. So now I'm just gonna go get a big old wrench. We'll put a wrench on that and a hammer, bust it loose, and we'll replace this critter. So let's grab that hammer. Had to lose the old chapeau. It's getting a little toasty. It's like, I think it's like 95 degrees today. Now it's been raining all afternoon. A little humid. But yeah, so it's an 1 3/8 or thereabouts. 1 5/16 was a little too small. And that's the largest wrench I had. So I got the old Adjust-O-Matic and a mallet. And we're gonna see if we can bust it loose. Hopefully it comes free without too much grief. I don't break anything. Holy moly. I did not expect it to be that easy. Yeah. Coming right off. Holy moly. It's a Christmas miracle. All right. I love it. There it is. Sweetness. Shazam. So let's put it on the ground. We'll take the old clutch off, replace it, pop her back in. Awesome. So that was super easy. Just the 4 bolts, unbolt it, bolt the new critter on, and that's pretty much it. And then we're good to go. So let's get this critter back in and we'll get it all installed. All right, let's go. It's tricky getting it started. There we go, we're good. We're in, that's it. Here, we give it a tap tap. Put it all back together. All right, drop this critter in. These storms are just nuts. Yeah, tighten these up. Make sure the hoses are all in place. Good. These critters all tightened up. The air box on. And good to go. I always wondered what like all these contraptions are for. And this thing goes way over. Someone clue me in. Beautiful. Need my screwdriver. That old Recon man really greased everything up in here. Boom, boom, tight, plugged back in, plugged back in, plugged back in. These are tight, those are in. It's like that, really, super easy. All right, let's start old Suzie up here and see what they all look like. Start me up. Uh-oh. Susie's running, let's see what the lights look like. The blinkers don't work. Nice bright white. Yeah, see them fog lights? Forgot to get those. So get those coming. Good. Try the old high beam aluminum. Oh yeah, nice and bright. Nice and bright. That's awesome. All the parking lights on. Just those middle ones. I'd be curious what they are. So I want to get these dents out of here. And this got a pretty good crease in this one. So I tried getting one of those paintless dent guys to come out. And he could never get out here. So I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to try taking that tail light out. And see if I can reach up inside with some bars and maybe gently pop that out. I'm probably gonna go to Harbor Freight tomorrow and see if they have one of those hot glue dent pullers. Pull it out. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's play with it a little bit and see. So can really easily get to that. So I'm gonna be a little crazy. I got a couple things, some blocks of wood, a little plastic bar. See if we can work some of this out. Let me get a metal bar and see what we can do. I got steel carpenter bar. Let's see if that can do it. The plastic one was kind of flexing. I moved it some. This makes me nervous. Oh yeah, that worked. Definitely don't want to make it worse. And it seems like I am. I think I'm going to leave that alone. Because all I'm doing is making it worse. I got some paint, little paint crack in there, so maybe someday I'll have someone, man. But I'm going to leave it for now, call it good. All right, so after all of that, I kind of got it worked out the best I can. I don't know if you really can see it. It's, you know, that was a pretty bad crease. So I'm going to try to do a rattle can fix on all of this, bring it around here. I got it all sanded out. I'm going to try putting some filler in there and hopefully I can make that whole thing disappear. So let's add some filler and we'll go from there. All right, let's see what kind of magic we can make. Well, it's like 8 million degrees out. So I got the first coat on there. I don't think it's gonna take long to dry, but in the meantime, I bought one of those kits from Harbor Freight with the hot glue. So we're gonna see if we can do the hot glue trick and pop that one out. Because I don't want to do any body work here, but I want to get this out. I think that puck we can pull out with that machine. So let's go grab it and we'll give it a whirl. Nothing to lose. It says to glue this sucker on here with hot glue. how this works. Jam it right there in the middle. So I'd hold for 10 seconds. Let's go get the magic puller and see what it does. Get these critters out as far away as possible. That didn't work at all. All right, let's do that over again. Maybe I need to clean this side. All right, so let's glue this critter on. It says to glue it on here. I clean this all up. Seems to be doing something. Dang, it did work a little. Yep, let's do it over again. Okay, we'll let it dry again. Go back to sanding, come back to it. So this old pucker's being a bit of a booger. I've been working it. I'm gonna keep trying. I mean, I got it a little bit better, but as you can see, there's still a bit of a wahoonie there. I'm gonna keep trying, see if I can get more out. And I got this all patched in pretty well. Bring you around, show you this. So, I got the first coat of primer on it. Let it dry. It looks pretty good so far. So, hopefully the old rattle can will somewhat match. Otherwise, someone's gonna be mad at me. I think it's gonna be good. The body line actually looks pretty nice and it came out pretty straight. So, let this dry, sand it, and then we'll give it another coat and then top coat it. Well guys, it's getting late. We're gonna call it a wrap for tonight. So I got it all primed up, looks pretty good. We'll let it dry overnight. Tomorrow we'll sand that out. So that's 2 coats on there. I'll let it dry tomorrow, sand it smooth, and we'll hopefully that rattle can looks all right. And this dent, I think I got about as far as I can go. I've tried and it's better, not perfect, but I think it'll be all right for now. Hopefully that comes out okay. We'll see tomorrow. Let's give it a whirl. All right, looks pretty good. Gonna let that flash and then we'll put another coat on it. Moment of truth time. So let's peel this paper off. I gave it 3 good coats. It looks fine. We'll see what it looks like. I kind of left this tape because I didn't want to get carried away and trying to blend into factory paint and still make it look nice. So my thought is, after it dries for a few days, I can hit the edge with some like 2000 grit and maybe give it a little buff quick on the edge to make that edge go away. We'll see what it looks like, figure it out. It's gonna look better than the huge gouge that was in there. It's very white. It's very white. Well, I'm gonna let it sit for a day. And like I said, I'm gonna try to sand that out and blend it with the 3000 grit. And then we'll hit it with a buffer to try to blend it that way. The dent's gone though. All right, we're gonna leave it for today and then let it bake here. It's like 800 degrees out again today. Like literally it's over 100 degrees. So just gonna let that bake here in the sun. Tomorrow we'll wet sand it out, hit the rest of it with a buffer, and hopefully we can kind of make that blend in a little bit. We'll see. We'll catch you tomorrow in like a second. Okay, let's see if we can get rid of that with some wet sanding and then some buffing, because this looks really good. This we got to get rid of. So I got my old handy dandy bucket ready. That 2000 grit sandpaper, 2000 degrees out, and we're gonna give it a whirl. See if this will work. Lots of water. Yep, starting to fade already right there. See if we can work some magic. We definitely don't want this like squared off edge, so we gotta get rid of it. I think it's coming. You see that already? Starting to fade away. You know, I know it's not the right way to do it. You know, you're better off fading, blending, but I didn't want to get into this. And this kind of figure if we can make this look halfway decent and then you know, down the road, we can take it to a shop, because I can't get that one out either, and let them fix it right, but at least this gets the big gouge out of it. I know it's super unorthodox. It might not be the right way. I know it's not the right way. But we'll dry this off, and then we're gonna hit it with a buffer and call it good. Good enough. And I got sweat in my eyes. Holy macaroni, it's hot. It's seriously like over 100 degrees. Woo. In a pool, it's like 98 degrees. It's crazy. All right, so let's attack this and we can be done with it. Give it a try. I've got the ultimate compound, the old McGuire's ultimate compound. We're gonna hit it. I'll hit these edges quick and see what it looks like. I don't want to burn all that paint off, but let's give it a whirl and see what happens. I probably put too much compound on here. I know I did. Let's lose a little. Leaving it just like that. It's fine. If I screw with it anymore, it's just gonna make it worse. So it's good for now. This fall, we'll take it to a body shop and let them fix this whole side and make it look like it should. Well, gang, we did it. So we lost a bunch of footage there because it's so stinking hot that my camera died. So I'm just gonna show you real quick what I did back here. Kind of buffed this out a little bit, kind of, you know, half-assed kind of way. And then we just polished out the tail light. So let me come bring you down and show you what we ended up doing. So you look from, you know, 10 feet away, you can see it. But my plan is to take this to a body shop, you know, in the fall and have them fix that whole quarter correctly. I just couldn't stand looking at that big gash. So this is a good temporary thing. We polished out the tail lights, so they look good. So we're gonna bring this out later after the sun goes down, give it a bath, and I'll give you all the walk around. So stand by, see you in a sec. Well, look at old Suzie. Suzie came out pretty sweet, if I don't say so myself. I think it was a hell of a transformation. So mechanically, we had air conditioning didn't work, so that ended up being low on refrigerant, and the compressor clutch was shot. So Mr. Jones up the street, Jones Automotive, he helped me out with that, took care of that for me. While he had it up there, he took care of that clutch. And then the fan clutch also was bad, so I said I'll take care of that. I took care of that here. Running like a champ. The previous owner, this thing had sat for 5 years. It hadn't been tagged since 18, so he had put new plugs, wires in it, so that was good to go. I changed the oil. The oil was not good, so I'm only gonna run it for a couple thousand miles and then change the oil again, help kind of flush it out. And then we did the old exterior refresh. So I got rid of that dent in the back, and like from here you can't even see. You got to get up close to see where I had fixed it. And down the road we'll get that professionally fixed and painted there and get rid of that last little pucker that I couldn't get out. But look at it. Let me give you a little walk around and show you what we did here. So of course those wheels and tires I think they look awesome. They came out really, really sweet. And then see that dent? You can't see it anymore, you know? I mean, if you get up close, of course, you can see that line, but it doesn't look bad. All cleaned up. It's got that gouge in the back. That's pretty bad. So if we get the other side fixed, we'll fix that. But this side is like super mint. Look at it. Beautiful. So the back taillights, I just polished them out with a buffer. Got them all cleaned up. Went through everything. Get back here a little bit. And then in the front, we got new headlights. Parking lights. The fog lights were all smashed out, so they're gone. Got my old Hot Rod Power Tour tag on there. It's like, that's a good place for that, even though Suzie didn't go on Power Tour, but we did. Well, look at it. It's mint. We're ready. So in like a week, we're heading out, less than a week, we're heading out on a little road trip up to South Kakalaki, and we're going to take old Suzie B. Let me show you the inside. The inside's mint. Look at it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So the next thing we're tackling is new audio system. So that's actually going to start tomorrow. We got to start pulling that apart. Got a nice new radio with the Apple CarPlay, all that good jazz. And in the back here, this is funny. I love this. It's got the screens. I mean, this is a 2003. 20 years old. VHS player. That's a riot. DVD player. We'll get rid of all of that stuff. There's like 27,000 wires here. So got to figure all that out. Get rid of that. Oh, and there's 2 doodads up here. Let me show you this. I don't know what these do. Well, I got to fix the headliner there. This thing, I don't know what it does. And then, see that? I don't know what it does. Hopefully I'll figure that out when we tear the radio apart. But yeah, look at it. It's beautiful. Under the hood is mint too. Let me show you that real quick. Pop a room in this. We cleaned up under here because that's a big pet peeve of mine. I like the engine compartments clean. Oh, I gotta get rid of that insulation. But look, beautiful. It's all cleaned up, nice, dressed up, not destroyed in any way. Beautiful. Good to go. Been running like a champ. So I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think. Appreciate it. So hey, I'm gonna close this video out. There's a big giant, looked like a pterodactyl going by. So hey, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Really appreciate that. And appreciate every one of you. It means a lot to for you guys to be watching these videos and watching me play around with these old junk cars. Well, this one's not so much of a junk. This one's pretty nice. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Tackling the old old radio and backup camera install. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Y'all take care. Bye. I'm happy with Suzie. Suzie's pretty sweet. Like it.